watching Fox here, and today I'm bringing you another episode of Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, and today I'm playing TDM match again. This time I'm using the AK-12 FLUTED, which is an enlisted weapon. It comes up as like glowing green when you get it. It's pretty cool, it's nice. It's got one less accuracy though, which is the difference between this and the usual AK-12, and it's also got mobility +1 in addition to the usual, which is, I think it's 12 points, but this time it's like 13. So that's the difference between the FLUTED and the usual AK-12. But as you can see, I'm using this as like a sniper kind of made up version. It's kind of my replacement of a sniper until I actually get into sniping, because as you know, I'm trying to get the royalty camo for the assault rifles, so that means I need to get like long shots, and there's so many long shots that I need to get, and they're really difficult to do. So having this like thermal scope tricks me into thinking that I'm doing long shot kills. Well, I'm like aiming across the map, and it makes me think, oh, I can actually shoot these people, when usually I'd see them and they're like a tiny little dot, and I probably wouldn't try and attack them from such a range. And it's also good to have a gun that's good for fast-paced action, long range, like this map in particular. I find it's really good for. My gameplay isn't really the best example of that, but it's actually a good map for playing on. So for the attachments, I have foregrip, which reduces your recoil, which I find is pretty useful for someone who's using a scope, just because it makes it a little bit more sturdy, especially when you're holding your breath. Then, as you can tell, I have thermal as my scope on. And I don't know, to start with, I didn't really like it, just because it really threw me off when I first played my first match, right? I looked at it and I was like, okay, attach, whatever, get into a match, and I didn't expect it to be bright blue and then red. It just really threw me off. Like on Ghost, I'm used to it being black and white, and that was like the normal for me, because I wasn't really experienced with using sniper rifles in previous Call of Duty, so I haven't really experienced the colourful versions of them. And this is, I don't know, I quite like it though. I think it's better, and it just makes it a little bit more easier to detect people than when it was in black and white. For my secondary weapon, I don't actually have one. I don't really like using them, so there's nothing there. There's nothing equipped. There's a knife, but that's kind of automatic. But for my wildcards, I have perk grade 3 and perk grade 2, so they allow me to have an extra perk on my perk slots. So I'm just going to get straight into those, because there's a lot of them. Right. Perk 1 is lightweight. It's a must-have. I don't know, I really like using it. I have it on every single one of my loadouts, more or less, just because I've just got so used to how you feel with it. It just feels strange when you don't have it equipped. Then perk 2, I have blind eye, which makes you undetectable by tracking drones, explosive drones, and all kill streaks except the UAV. Then I have cold-blooded, which makes you immune to the thermal scopes, target enhancers, threat grenades, and enemy callouts. Now, you don't have any name tags or colour change when you are targeted either, which I think is pretty useful as well. Then I've also got blast suppressor, which makes you invisible on the minimap when you're using your exo movements, and then last of all I have hardwired. Now, hardwired makes you immune to the system hack, EMPs, nanoswarms, stun grenades, and scramblers. So from all these kill streaks, you can hear there's a lot of things I've put that have made me invisible, so I'm more or less as covered as I can be. I couldn't find anything else that will add to you being less noticeable and visible on the map or anywhere at all. So overall, I think this is a pretty good selection of perks equipped. If you want to use a proper sniper rifle or whatever it is you want to do, if you just want a sneaky sort of loadout, this is probably my go-to selection of perks. And so for my score streak, I've got UAV. I don't know, I like using the UAV, it's pretty helpful for you and other people, so I tend to use it on most of my loadouts. Then I've got the system hack, which is, I tried it out just because I thought, oh, this looks pretty cool. Literally, I just looked at the logo and I thought, oh, that looks pretty cool. Not really what it does, but it affects your the HUD and the radar and reticles for other teams. So for the other team, there we go. So it's pretty good, especially if you get a kill. It's quite annoying though, because like you'll hear that they're all like scrambling and it looks terrible, but they still manage to kill you for it all, which is a bit annoying, but it is quite cool. And then last of all, I have a bombing run, because I love bombing runs. They're pretty fun, and I don't know, it's quite nice again to have some air support every now and then, and it's quite dramatic. And you know, Call of Duty is all about being dramatic, let's face it. Right, well I shall leave you guys with this lovely loadout screen so you can see everything that I've just gone over. I hope this video was useful for you guys. I'll be back soon with another loadout video, and I've got lots of other things planned, so please stick around because there's so many cool things that I can't wait to do and show you guys. But until then, bye!